And this is going to be pretty universal across fans. We have a green wire, we have the ground, which doesn't matter here because we don't have a ground wire in that box. This wire becomes.
What does that mean, the grounded wire? Because I know
Yeah,
that
good
many
question.
of my outlets are not grounded.
Yes. All right. So, like I said a few minutes ago, our circuit consists of a hot wire and a neutral wire. But in modern wiring, there's also the ground, and that's either going to be a green wire or a bare copper wire. And the ground, things can operate without a ground wire. The ground is here to keep us safe. What this does is if this casing, if something was to go wrong internally on this motor that caused this casing to become energized, this ground wire is going to send that electricity to the ground, which will create what we call a ground fault, and it's going to trip the breaker. Without the ground, you would become the path to ground. Once you touch this, you would get shocked and have a less than great day. So the ground wire, everything old wiring that doesn't have a ground is all just kind of grandfathered in, but like anything modern, we have to install wiring with a ground. So yeah, the ground is there for personal protection. Otherwise, I mean, like old ovens and things that aren't grounded, like the casing of a whole oven unit could become energized and like just be a death trap waiting for someone to come and touch it and get shocked.
Sorry,
Yeah.
one more question.
Yeah.
So you talk about code and it puts you in a tough spot seeing that didn't have the appropriate box. How does it affect you if this has a grounding wire and that doesn't need it?
It's not that doesn't need it, it's that it doesn't have it.
And so is that fine for you to proceed, or do you need to like?
Yeah, this is all like grandfathered in.
Okay.
I couldn't make that have a ground without like tearing so many holes in walls to get back from here to the electrical panel.
Okay.
So that's just like, it's grandfathered in.
Okay.
But then also like, I don't have anything to connect this to because none of that wiring has a dedicated
So it's
ground
just
wire.
hang out loosey-goosey in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
here's our modern wiring. Got our white wire, our neutral, our black wire hot, and this bare one would be our ground. So when we had that, I'd be splicing that together. What some of you might have noticed, we have a blue wire, which doesn't match anything up there. And that is, we have black and blue, and that is so we could potentially have the fan and the lights on different switches.
Oh, I had one of those in my room growing up. It was the best.
Yeah. Whether